Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Matthews.
Good morning. I want to talk to you all about the challenges of growing a business, and in the spirit of Gestalt, these are my experiences, my procedures. Just listen, maybe you can glean something from that, but just a little bit of background. I run a company of architects and engineers, and been with the firm for 25 years. Started as an intern and was able to grow my way to be the CEO about 15 years ago. During that last 10 years of that, we've grown from about 50 people to 250 people. Not a fast growth company article necessarily, but I'm pretty proud of a 17% growth rate and the challenges. Why we grow, increased staff opportunities. There's evidence here of, in this particular graph, revenue versus turnover rate. We have lower turnover and definitely increased profits as we're in growth mode. I've seen that over the years. It's been great, irrefutable, at least in my business, in my industry. There are really four means of growth in my industry: increasing market share, providing new services or product lines, providing services to new markets, or expanding geographically, providing the same services, same markets, different geographies. Okay, so those are the four. And you have to ask yourself, are you currently organized for growth, if that's your plans? Do you have the structure in place for it? Do you have the ability to expand, the capacity? Do you have the ability to manage remotely? And most of all, can you let go of some control? Because if you're going to grow, you're going to have to let go of some control. So this is our organizational structure. It was built for growth. It's a matrix structure. The orange there are our technical disciplines that are serving the blue vertical markets. So this really lets us grow in several ways that I'm going to show you here, and this was put together with growth in mind. First of all, market share. More work from the same customers in the same markets. That's how most of us do our organic growth. Okay, it's probably the simplest. Using the same services, same clients, more of it. Secondly, we can go through markets, increased markets. So the way we've arranged our organization is we can add another market to the right of those currently there, serving them by our technical disciplines by expanding the capacities and capabilities to serve those new markets as we go forward. Thirdly is the ability to add services. And two examples here are architecture and fire protection engineers. Those are two technical disciplines that we've added over the last 5 years. Most recently, we added architects about 3 years ago. So that allows us to provide additional services to the same clients in the same markets. Fourthly, geographic expansion. And that may provide any of these. That may be increasing market share with current clients who have different geographies, increasing markets because there's a market in the geography that you're not serving, or also providing services that may be available in one location and not in another. So what changes in growth? You heard Alyssa refer to earlier working in the business, which most of us start off as, to working in and on the business. And at some point, you just have to work on the business. It becomes that important as a CEO. That's your full-time job, is working on the business. And I suggest if you're not willing to do that, it's going to be very difficult to succeed with. A lot of things change with growth. And this is not explosive growth, but even this level of growth. And some of those are listed here. Division of responsibilities is one of the keys. Corporate governance becomes pretty important as you get larger. It's not just about management. On the division of responsibilities, I actually ran what is now our largest market for a number of years, and about 6 years ago, turned that over to someone else so I could work full-time on the business rather than in the business as a market director. So that's one example of many that we've had throughout the organization where we've had to split those responsibilities. The other thing are new functions within the company. HR, for instance, used to be part of accounting. It was all about benefits. It's not. It's all about people, right? So we have a strong HR function with several employees in the company. Risk management, marketing management, things have changed and grown. Also the more sophisticated functions. What was once a bookkeeper for a 50-person firm is now director of finance, hopefully eventually going to be a CFO position that handles kind of the accounting. Our risk management function is now headed by a lawyer. In addition to sophistication, all the red blocks here are folks in our leadership team who have MBAs. Most of them got them while at H&A, including myself as CEO, and I'd like to think I led the way. I was the first of them, so I try to lead by example. And we're all speaking the same language, so that's really important. The other thing that becomes really difficult is make sure everybody's doing everything the same way, and we use ISO 9000 quality management systems as a means to assure that, and that just basically says, is this what we do? Do it, and show you did it. Very, very important to making sure you have standardization. Acquisition, in my opinion, is for the 4 reasons stated here. It's strategic. Acquisition, I don't believe, should be done just to increase top line. I don't believe that's going to be a recipe for success. It has to be strategic for growth. Talked a little bit about governance. Management and the board are 2 different things. That should be not equal to, apparently my little equals. And you might go from that, or excuse me, going from managers to a board to inside elected directors to eventually outside directors is something that companies usually transition for. I believe growth is good. Strategic, increased values to customers if you're able to grow. Increasing the bottom line and ultimately increasing shareholder value, which is what we're all trying to do as business owners. Thank you.